Hi and welcome. Welcome back if you've been here before. Happy New Year. Um, it is early morning and I woke up with so many downloads and a lot of thoughts and ideas and epiphanies. It is Sunday when I'm recording this, and usually I do a Sunday self-care, self-love message, which I probably will do later. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check that out. We are needing a lot of self-care, and we are shifting from making our health a secondary or even not a priority to a priority. Health is wealth. And we are needing to look at ourselves beyond just our bodies, but how our emotions, our thoughts, and our energy affects our bodies and how all of it affects each other. So I will be doing a series for the different chakras, what feelings, emotions might be blocked or activated with the different chakras, how tapping into them might help. So subscribe and check out those videos as I upload it. But for this video, I felt like tapping into some energies for the year ahead. I did do a series of zodiac readings for just a check-in, a sneak peek into 2024. So you can have a look at those readings if you're interested. But I felt like doing an overview because energies change and everything is fluid, even time. There are different timelines, and as we, my bird is adding to the conversation, as we access higher levels of consciousness or make new, better choices from a greater sense of self awareness, our timelines shift. And there are multiple timelines that are possibilities, and what we do in the present moment influences which timelines we access and what energies, well, all energies exist, and we can align to the highest possible outcomes for ourselves by tapping into those energies. And that's what tarot is. It's predictive in the sense that it it reads energy, but nothing is permanent, nothing is solid, and we can manifest what we consciously align to, or it can be a subconscious thing, and then we can feel victim to it. So the more awareness we have about ourselves and everything else around us, but not just the physical, the easier it would be to align to things. So 2024 is an 8 year, and if you follow the astrology and the numerology, you might have seen on your timelines and different social media platforms the posts about the number 8 being a year of abundance. And the number 8 is an infinity sign, upright, or yeah. But there's always deeper meanings to everything. And obviously, depending on our point of view, our perception, our openness, we can find deeper meanings, access more information and wisdom and light. So abundance isn't just material, right? It's about having abundance of joy within you, having abundance of resources and skills, and not just physical skills. The ability to create more, that infinite power, that infinite wisdom. It's more about accessing universal energies. I'm also getting Christ consciousness and tapping into the Akashic records to be able to almost download the information that we need for what we are experiencing and how to navigate it. And not, we don't just need wisdom, we need the right energy to use the wisdom correctly. So, yeah, abundance can be having a lot of love within you and around you. It can be how we access the physical things, nature in our world, and use it to create more and not deplete, not just be consumers. The infinity sign is it's give and take, it's going and coming, it's balance, it's yin and yang, masculine and feminine energy. In tarot, it's also the strength card, and I think I might actually pull that up. This is the traditional Rider Waite. Let's find the strength card. And even with strength, our understanding of what strength is changes and grows, just as our understanding of what love is, what abundance is. Immediately, the yellow in the card is standing out, and that's happiness, that's joy, that's abundance, that's light, it's positivity, and it's also solar plexus energy. Leo energy is fire energy, and it's confidence and feeling empowered. I feel like it's also related to self-worth and trust. Trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting the divine, which in this world, trust is a difficult thing. But when we can trust ourselves, our higher selves, and God and the universe, we feel safer. And then that energy that we have, that of self-empowerment and trust and confidence, can shift our relationship with anyone and anything else to a more trusting, safe, loving situation, relationship. She's not using force to tame this lion. If you think about movies, how men will go into the jungle with their guns and we use force on animals. And a lion is a powerful animal, so to overpower a lion, you're going to have to use a lot of force and aggression. But she's taming this lion through love. And a lion isn't an innately aggressive animal. It's not going to attack you for no reason. Animals don't do that. Humans do that. But if your energy is right, the lion doesn't feel threatened and doesn't see you as a threat, so doesn't need to attack. So if your energy is right with love and kindness and being calm, then you can tame the inner beast, your inner ego, your inner fears, your inner anxieties, your anger. And when you are in that energy, you can do the same for others. So I feel like we are needing to access our hearts in a way that we can have a strength in love and gentleness and compassion, and not strength in the way that we might have understood it, being tough and being closed off and being guarded and defensive. I am not an astrologer, but if you follow the astrology, it will give you a really good understanding of the energies for the year. I just make sense of the bits and pieces that I understand from astrology and numerology and what I sense energetically, and the guidance I get from the cards, and make sense of it in a way. What else is there? There were other downloads that I was getting. I feel like 2023 was a 7-year, which is a highly spiritual number for me, and it's about accessing higher levels of learning, wisdom, awareness, and consciousness. And I mean, that can be us learning more and more things about the world, or you learning more things about yourself, about the universe, however you relate to spirituality through religion. Maybe even just learning more in terms of your work and learning to understand your society, your culture, your country. It's spirituality. I feel like light and energy is information, right? And we can translate energy and light through sensation, through emotion, through thoughts, through speech, through sound. Energy is represented in our world in different ways. The answers you need are coming. So someone might need to know that the answers you need are coming. I feel like in Chinese astrology, it is the year of the dragon. And what I was saying about 2027 is that we had a lot of solar flares, and there were even predictions about a great solar flare. We always have solar activity, but it's been extremely heightened over the last few years. And we have been able to sense it and feel the effects more physically in our body. And also, obviously, we can see it in nature how the energy of the earth is changing and the energy coming from the sun. And obviously, the astrological transits, the planets, the moon has an effect on us. And I think we've lived oblivious to nature and the cosmos for so long. And as our awareness and understanding, we are learning about it, as that increases and we can access that energy, we can feel it, and it can feel negative because we are unaccustomed to it, but it is actually positive in a sense. So all those solar flares for me felt like a trial by fire, sort of burning away all the old, all the negative, the low density energies within our bodies, within our nervous systems, within our energy fields, within our thoughts, our personal Akashic records, and the world. And in that way, fire is also a transformative energy. So it's action energy. It creates something new. And that's what was happening. And I feel like now we are also moving into the age of Aquarius, which is the water bearer. Let's see if I can find one of the Aquarius cards in this deck. A water bearer is an air sign, but Aquarians are also emotional and sensitive. There we go. So even though it's an air sign, it's still very empathic. The water is emotions. So I feel like it's about heart-mind coherence and not just being mental and in our heads and logical and practical, but also being connected to our hearts and emotional and compassionate. And I feel like this year or going into Aquarius season, there's a lot of cleansing and almost a filling your cup up with love type of energy. Bring love into the situation. We are needing to, from the newfound awareness that we have, all the information that we are gaining more and more about people in the world, structures in the world, institutions. There's a lot of things that are coming to the surface and being exposed with all this blue energy, truth energy. We are needing to find how to bring love into the situation, how to be strong enough to change what needs to change and to stand firm against what we now understand is not good, and stand for the things that we want to create, want to manifest in this world, how we want it to feel and be. So the dragon energy can be about, and again, you can check up the Chinese astrology. I'm not an astrologer, but the dragon energy can be about career progress and success. But also, dragon energy is for me, it's very protective. Like, if you are going through a difficult time and feel like you need protection energetically, emotionally, in some way, you can call on dragon energy. And, again, the way Western culture or modern culture has depicted dragons is as like they're the bad guys. But just like the strength card, monsters are created. They aren't monsters for no reason. So obviously a dragon's going to protect itself and what it loves, the same as the lion, and we all have those energies within us. But if you watch something like How to Train a Dragon, you can see how these animals and everything in the world and the universe is there for us. And if we have love within us and we find how to be balanced in love, then the things that we think are monsters actually can help guide and protect us. Um, our world and our universe is meant to be a symbiotic, balanced ecosystem. And we can't always blame the external or something else when things are not harmonious. So yeah, the dragon energy is red energy. So I feel like that energy, that fire energy still continues into this year. But also the water energy. And I feel like with astrology, you might be a certain sun sign and have a certain moon sign and certain signs predominantly in your chart. But we are evolving and growing. And I think the point is to become more balanced in all energies within ourselves while still being our unique, authentic self. And authenticity is also another theme where movies, social media, entertainment, we all have this outside persona, which might not be our authentic selves. Like we show the shiny side up and the good to the world, or the flashiness and the prettiness, when underneath there's vulnerability, there's quirks, there's you might be a confident person, but you still have certain insecurities, or you might be a really intelligent person, but you still have a heart, and there are still things that make you sad and make you angry. And how we find that transformative energy so that it's not a negative thing, but a positive thing. This is the archetype deck. We have the father, and I feel like this is masculine energy, a talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So there might be an emphasis on healing father wounds. And if you've already been doing that kind of shadow work and inner work, healing your own masculine energy and your own personal father wounds, then you might be in a place where, whether you're male or female, masculine or feminine, we all have both, that you are able to create that supportive space, hold space for your family, your children, your community, other people, to be able to flourish, sort of a protective energy, but in a masculine way, being able to provide in a physical, financial way, or able to provide protection, maybe even for yourself and your own inner child, to be able to create, explore, and grow in a different and new way. You also have the vampire, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So I feel like we are needing healthy masculine energy to protect us with all these things that are coming to our awareness that might be difficult to process, understand. As light is shed on something, we see both the negative and the positive. And if there are negative things that we were unaware of before, if you were unaware of it, you might not have what you need to protect yourself against it. And these things don't have to be scary. They become scary when we are ill-equipped to deal with it and we don't have the awareness, the information. But I feel like also we can see where our resources have been drained if we look at it in a more physical way, like what structures, institutions, what ways have we been, like you keep working harder and harder, but you don't seem to be getting anywhere financially. Where is your money being lost? Or where is it being spent? Or where is it being taken where it doesn't have to be and it can work in a better way? And maybe not just your money, but your energy and your time. Like if you are trying to fill a bucket and you don't know there's a hole in the bottom, you keep filling this bucket and then you realize there's a hole in it, and all that energy has been expended, all that time you could have been doing something else. So we are needing to plug the holes in our energy fields. But also, like I always used to speak about having a hole in your pocket. You keep putting stuff in there and they keep going missing. Where do we have holes in our pockets? And that can be relationships with people where there's just no progress, there's no change, there's no improvement. It just makes you feel down, and that doesn't mean the person is bad. Maybe the dynamics between you that has played out, and now you both need to be in different spaces, or the relationship needs to change. But the way it's been is draining, and this can be a relationship with anything. We also have the servant, light attribute, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And this is difficult to do when you've experienced a lot of challenge. My video just cut out there. So I was saying we have the servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And again, the heart-mind coherence thing comes into play here. Like, what are we serving? You know, we might have thought that certain people, places, institutions, ways of being was serving us, and then it's not. And now with this new information, sense of awareness, we might need to reevaluate where we're putting our energy. You know, if you were working for this company and you thought this company was like, you know, a good place to work for, and then you find out that certain policies affect a certain group of people demographic really negatively, or your company is not eco-friendly and their products are detrimental in some way. And this again, like how we feel about entertainers and artists, whatever it is, like there are probably things that are not serving us anymore. And when we, you know, gain this awareness of the things that are draining us, the tendency is to want to be angry at it, and that is natural emotions. But then once we process it, how can we shift that energy and now still keep our hearts open and loving, and just find new ways of doing things and accessing new things and creating new things that are going to be more loving to the world, better for the world, better for ourselves, better for our families, so that the world can work in a better way. So I feel like for 2028, 2024, we need to find more. Aquarius is sort of genius energy, thinking out the box, innovation and technology. How can we use information, technology, how can we find new innovative ways to create safe spaces in our world, in our communities, in our lives, for ourselves, for our children, for our own inner children. And how can we serve others and ourselves better in a balanced way? And, you know, we all have different roles. You know, there's a lot that happens in life and in our world. And if you tap into your higher self and your energy in any given moment, the role that you're playing is different. Sometimes you're going through a period of self where you are needing to cultivate stability and abundance and growth in your own life. And then sometimes you've reached a certain place where you can be this masculine, safe space energy for others, where you can, and it's not necessarily about do this, teaching. It's about the action that you take is creating a safe environment where others can now access what you've accessed. How are we going to serve in 2024? Sometimes you're in a financially stable place and you can support your family while your children are growing. And sometimes your children are grown and now you can have a season of peace and fun and, you know, giving back to self. It's all different, and we need to access what is specific for us. But yeah, I think we're going to become aware of a lot of things where energy isn't being used wisely, where there's deception, where there's inauthenticity, and understanding it and learning how to communicate so that we are not just breaking things down. Yes, destruction is a part of the cycle of life, but destruction for the intention of growth and fostering more love, and creating more and creating better. And these energies and these things are complex. And I feel like we're all figuring it out as we go along. This reading has gone on quite long. There will be more readings and other readings as the year progresses. It essentially is a calendar new year right now, and not really the energetic new year, astrological new year that happens more around February. And also, again, that depends on what type of astrology or spirituality, what you subscribe to. Let's see, we have Soul Family. This is the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. And yeah, again, we have a lot of water energy. Yesterday, my boys were playing with dolphin and crab and octopus toys, and and we were swimming. So now it's the dolphin. The dolphin energy was standing out to me more specifically. It's almost like, can we telepathically sense each other's energies the way dolphins can? Like, they have this loving energy, but also the whales, they have this, I don't know, there's something extremely magical about these animals, and I feel like it's because they've been around for many, many, many timelines, whereas some animals have gone extinct. And I feel like it's also related to Atlantis and Lemuria. Again, I am not an expert in these things, but I have basic understanding about it, and I sort of piece the puzzles together. So you might want to spend some time near water, meditating, connecting to whale or dolphin energy. But yeah, this is a year that we are needing each other, but not in a codependent way, in a way that we foster relationships and connections, not just because we are related to someone, or we live in the same place, or we have the same negative traits, but people that make you feel better, people that help you grow, and not because you're siphoning energy from each other, but you are loving support in a healthy way for each other. And there's more than just surface level, superficial conversation and activities. There's love and growth and support. And I feel like we will innately just know who these people are, and we need to call them in, and also intentionally want to connect with people and ourselves in a deeper way. I actually want to read what's the message for this in the book, and then we'll close it off there. If you've made it this far, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Where is this? Soul Family. Number 80, another 8. It is time to call in your soul family and support team. People who get you at a soul level. People who are the same kind of weird as you. People who are your chosen family. They are coming and they are looking for you. If you haven't found them yet, this is a sign that they are close by. But in order... Sorry, I have a bird. And there's a ginger cat that just walked into my house, so my bird had a fright. So that might be significant. Someone might have a ginger cat. Birds are messengers. So like my bird was safe because he's in a cage right now. And also I'm here. But if that cage wasn't there, that safe protective space, he might have been in trouble. And that's just the cat's natural way of being. But that doesn't mean that cats are a negative thing. And that's, there's sort of this type of energy with all of us in the world. Like, you might seem threatening to someone and then they might react to you in a certain way, but you might not be, intentionally trying to be threatening or be a bad person. And we are needing to tap into our intuition and discernment, higher awareness to be able to navigate people, things, situations, relationships, because our perception and how we feel and see things can make something negative or positive. And sometimes it's clear as day when something is negative and positive and we can't see it. Anyway, the message continues to say, but in order for them to find you and recognize you when they do, it is important that you stop dimming your light and truly let yourself be seen. So, like, I can't find other people that enjoy playing soccer if I pretend to not like soccer. If even if there's no one around that I know that plays soccer, if I go out and play soccer, somebody might come by and be like, hey, that person's playing soccer. I like soccer too. And that's just an example. If you have already found them, then you are being called to let them support you and perhaps also assemble a wider support team. Your support team can consist of all types of people: a therapist, a coach, a mentor, or healer. Tune into what kind of support you need now. Like, you might be on a healing journey and you need others to support you in your healing. Or you might be a parent and you need to connect with other parents, or friends that will help you raise your children. Children need a tribe. But the right type of people around you, it can be many different things, but we can energetically call this in, and then when it comes, we need to allow it. Or we can, if we use the internet and social media a lot, all of us now. If you are authentically sharing yourself on social media, then you will attract those kind of people. But if you are on social media only acting like you're living a luxurious lifestyle and your life is perfect, and you don't show that you get frustrated in driving to work in the traffic, and you don't have to put all your business out there. But if you're not authentic about that type of stuff, then all of us just sit around with all our emotional baggage and stress and different things because we don't feel free to share it and then work through it and find solutions to it. So soul family is going to be extremely important, and now there's noise outside. So I'm going to end this reading here. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, comment, and I hope that you join me again in another video.